What's up YouTube? Codforman221 here. Happy to be bringing you more COH2. Today is June 6th. Back during 1944, the famous D-Day invasion where the Allies started to take Europe back from the Nazis began on this day. Well, really the night of June 5th into June 6th. You have the paratroopers landing and behind enemy lines. So, whole thing. Anyway, we're playing as the United States in honor of that. It works. This is a good match here. I played it earlier today. I actually played 3 games of the US. The first one was 16 minutes, won that one. Lost the second one at 28 minutes on this exact map, actually. And this game, I'm not going to tell you the results of this game. Either way, this is a very competitive match here, and it's going to be quite fun. So we're playing with Nick. Nick is making a return. Playing with Nick and a random person called Attack Iraq. I think it's Iraq. I don't know if he's trying to be like Iraq the country, or like just because they rhyme. I don't know, whatever. We're up against 3 guys, and 2 of them are max rank. So my opponent is actually a max rank solar flare on this side here. So let's take a look at the 0 here. So press 0, you can bring up this menu here. So I'm going to be taking on the northern victory point. Nick's going to be in the center right here, and attack is going to be in the south. So if any of us get doubled, one will shift. It just depends. It looks like right now we're going to break down, this is a 3v3. We're going to break down purple versus green, orange versus yellow, and pink and me. Now, one thing I do have to be careful of is a weakness the United States has is they do not have any machine guns early on. The only thing you can do is build a fighting position with a machine gun. But that's not very mobile, and the enemy can outflank that, or even a simple mortar can do some damage here. All is quiet as players are starting to capture their first positions here. Nick has claimed this house. And he is actually not in an angle on here. Oh, nope, yes, it is. Now his machine gun sets up. Sub-secure my point, no problem. Kubovagen's going to die to that Maxim. Like I said earlier, I don't have any machine guns, so building a fighting position could help me out. I don't have too much cover here, so I don't want to put a unit too far forward because they can go along the fence line here. But my opponent is going to get a lot of machine guns. He already has a mortar out. I like how the mortar team is wearing kind of like a winter camo. These guys don't really, I mean, they have a little bit heavier kind of coats on, but they're not really wearing white. Okay, let's go down to the south here to see what's going on. Paramount mortars, MGs, yeah, MGs and mortars. They have a second Kupovagen here, actually. They're doing a lot of health damage to Nick here. He's losing some men here. If he's not careful, he can actually lose a machine gun. Nick has a Molotov out early. You might want to go for the anti-tank package. That would give his conscripts a lot of damage. Want them to do a lot of damage to his Kupovagens early on. My opponent's kind of testing my positions here. He sees my machine gun. Anyway, I didn't realize this was this dead because I'm trying to flank around here. If I known I would have canceled the repair, I would have kept the munitions. So let's see, I'm working on grenades. I'm going to try to flank around here and throw some grenades in. Unfortunately, the machine gun does have a window here and they can actually see me here. So yeah, this thing's almost dead actually. Be very careful. 2 machine guns, mortar. I am not equipped to deal with this early game here as the United States here. I do have my own mortar, but not once again. I was looking at the US mortar today. It is so outranged by the Wehrmacht mortar, it is ridiculous. So the US mortar kind of sucks. Heavily outranged, and my opponent has the machine guns, which I don't have any of my own. Now he has 2 mortars stacked up on each other. So that fighting position is basically as good as dead. My units are in full retreat. It is not looking good early on here. Nick is still holding at the crossroads here.
The enemy has destroyed an emplacement.
Yeah, multiple. So he definitely lost. No, but he still has 2 Kupovagens here. We're trying to help take the center here, at least neutralize it, because we're starting to lose this northern point here. Machine guns can be quite good when you're fighting in these Like, in this area here, this is a strong point. When I want to attack, it's going to be impossible for my infantry to get over here. And if I try to flank around, they have the machine gun can turn in that house, so that's very unfortunate. He's also having trouble with the British player here. I mean, really, a light vehicle could be a good counter to this. Just something. Oh, this squad almost got wiped out there. That is not good. Nick hit that Koopa pocket, and look at it. It is almost dead here. Nick's going to have to charge forward to try to kill it. And it's still not dead. So close to dying here. If Nick can just finish it off, that'd be very good. And now it's gone. So Nick's going to get back with his conscripts. He doesn't want to engage Storm Pioneers, that's for sure. My army is now back on the field here. I do not have... Yeah, I do not have an ambulance. So I don't have an ambulance, and so what I need to do is probably get one of those out. The problem is I'm feeling stuck right now. And it's very bad because they're not building a bunker to cover this position. I cannot capture this position this early on. My only thing I think I can do is basically get a utility car out and try to flank around. Somehow his machine gun's gonna turn this way. It was already turned here or something. So I had my men to throw grenades in this house, which would easily wipe them out here. But a rifle grenade came in there, and these mortars are gonna fall here. I'm gonna lose both my squads here. That was absolutely devastating there. Didn't see the rifle grenade there. Now I did wipe out one of his squads though, so at least he lost a squad there. But this is really not good. He has the grenadiers to kind of protect his support units here. Honestly, I mean, a car could do a lot of damage. I do have to be careful with it, but it can definitely kill some of his MGs. Well, Nick is fortified along here, but we really need this victory point. He's working on trying to get that. Speaking of armored cars, and Nick has gone with the Soviet Shock Army. Let's see, our opponents have gone with Luftwaffe for Fallschirmjägers Artillery. I don't know what solar flare is going to go with. So, I forgot how paper thin the utility car is. And yeah, this thing's screwed. They're gonna pop on the incinerate. It was just, this is horrible. Like, my light vehicle I just invested in got destroyed. Fausted. This guy is killing me. Textbook, incinerate, Panzerfaust, incinerate ammunition from the MG Panzerfaust. I gotta come back here. It's just, we're losing right now because I can't hold that, and we're having trouble on this side too. Another thing to keep in mind here is that the Wehrmacht, with their MG42s, they cannot. Ooh, that hurt. The Wehrmacht with their MG42, the Grenadiers, cannot fire that while they move, so you have to stop your units to actually get them to engage. That is not something a lot of newer players learned when there was just the Soviets and the Germans. The Wehrmacht. Nick is pushed up, going after the base, but they can kill him if he's not careful. It's Vet 2. You definitely want to get that machine gun out, which he will do, which is very good. It is very competitive right now on this side here. I can't deal with this until I get some kind of armor, something to take out this bunker and this MG. It's going to take a little while here. I know that. What am I doing currently? I'm waiting for a major. My major will come out. I'll get an ambulance there. Yep. And then we will kind of set up forward position somewhere along here. So they're repairing their headquarters. They got heavily damaged. I don't know what did that much damage. Maybe it was the armored car. I don't have a ton of units on the front line. We seem to have somewhat of a smaller army. You pull this gun all the way back to base. It's a little surprising. Anyway, I'm going to push up on this side a little bit, see an MG, and realize, yes, that's a problem. And he has mines here. That will come into play much later. So my opponent has really dug in. He has the mortars, the machine guns, The units, the AT gun. This is not good. I'm gonna need some help from Nick's 120 millimeter mortar. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. And he's bombarding this bunker right here. And he's actually has a second one coming out to help me out here. So thank goodness for the Soviet mortars, because that will definitely do some damage. They're taking the center back. Still fighting over here. Lots and lots of infantry from our opponents here. Not really. Just 3 of them in a row right there. So I at least scout this out for Nick so we can now do a direct fire there, but he feels a little vulnerable with Wehrmacht infantry that can move up. Now his guys are in heavy cover, but they do have PPSHs, so we need to close the distance here. I think, what is it? 3 of them, so they're 3 and 3, so they're not a pure close. They're not a pure, you know, close quarter combat unit with these, because only 3 of them have it. Submachine gun, that is. So there we go. Bunker down. That's good. Now I need to take down the house. So Nick is helping me. I'm going to try to cover him. I'll at least scout and see what they have. That hurt. That really hurt a while ago. You know, I'm just getting shredded there. I'm going to try to come forward here. Hopefully throw a grenade here. He sees that he's going to pull out, so I could have canceled it, but at least I'm right out front here. This is when my lieutenant comes out here. I'm going to try to maybe grab this MG if I can. It says to man you need 2 men, so I was hoping to grab this and run my squad back, but all 3 of my men just grabbed the machine gun, and I need a machine gun. I will absolutely take this MG42. And now my opponent has been pushed back. Mortar wiped out. Second machine gun and retreating here. House almost dead. This really helped. This will stop our victory point bleed. We are really bleeding right now. Need a second mortar. Oh, that's just crew running off there. Look at me. I'm just like, okay, we'll take it. So I took his MG. Now I'm taking his AT gun. I will absolutely salvage what I want. I don't want that mortar, but I'm salvaging, and I'll take it. Because I can use an AT gun. I don't have any AT because I went down the lieutenant route to get machine guns. I'm floating resources right now. I should definitely invest in some more units here. Or even build a fuel cache or 2. That would have been helpful this game, but I didn't actually build any. Next guy's point blank with their PPSHs killing the Wehrmacht, or killing the Volksgrenadier, the OKW unit. Big problem here. Nick has too many. Well, Nick has support units, but the Fallschirmjäger is going to do a lot of damage unless these guys turn and set up. Grenade going in there. Wow, that was devastating. I would have to throw a Molotov on these guys here. And yeah, that armored car is going to try to finish off this unit here, which it should. Vet 2 still keeping that unit alive. Very nice, Nick. Let's take a look on this side. Not too much happening. These guys... The engineers are actually being sent into combat. I mean, they are combat engineers. With their stun guns actually doing a decent amount of damage to the Grenadier squad here. They need to definitely fall back at that point. Orange is pushing up in the center here. Ooh, let's look up here. Big attack coming up here. 3 units. MG set up. At this point, though, I have my machine guns. Well, a machine gun. That Panzer IV is on the field. Thankfully, I have that AT gun I stole. I'm trying to help Nick in the middle, trying to stop her victory point bleed. And there's a lot of units, but I see there's a little bit of an issue here. Machine gun's going to set up, AT gun's going to have to come forward. So my riflemen do not stand a chance right now, but my opponent's now seeing how annoying it is to be hit by machine guns pressed on a point, like his troops are.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a Pack 40. Hey, you know what? Man, what you can get, right? What we really need is more infantry in the center to really help hold this. My lieutenant decided to come around and found a tank. I'm going to throw a grenade on that. I would love to mess with these pioneers, but I need to retreat and not get my lieutenant killed here. And he may actually die if he's not careful. Nick has units ready. Half track would really benefit Nick, actually. And Nick has an AT. And he's getting hit from my AT right here. He's in a little bit of a crossfire there. There's his engine down, and I do have a Jax that's going to scream onto the battlefield here. So I can take out that Panzer IV. That would be really, really good. Panzer IV also in the middle here. Could easily like one-shot this glider. He's going to outmaneuver the... Does he know the glider is there? I don't think so. Maybe he does.
We've dropped to 200 points.
No, he must not. He's giving our opponent attack time to actually get his AT into position. So I put my machine gun in this house, and the Jack's gonna just cut through the courtyard here and make his own entrance. Unfortunately, yeah, I see him repairing now. So I will definitely throw a grenade to stop that repair. See my men getting killed by this Panzer IV here. There's a lot of Wehrmacht troops around here. I hope I can snipe them. And totally hit the ground right in front of us, which isn't good. So I've learned my lesson about the Faust. With 3 Wehrmacht units, I can't get this tank, unfortunately, though it's very damaged. But yeah, we are down to 161 points. This is not good. Our opponents are keeping a very strong grip on the victory points. Thankfully, I'll take this one back and hopefully be able to lock it down for the rest of the game so we can be battling over the middle. The right side is totally fallen. It looks like our ally attack has given up. It's now just focusing on the center, which is probably a smart move, honestly. We can kind of cover the right side here.
Commanders, be advised. Ability now ready.
An ally barrage incoming. Someone said that. Interesting. Yeah, so they're trying to take out that headquarters there. That is actually not artillery. That is a Nick's 120mm mortars. And now the Brits are calling some artillery down on this guy. Look at that. So this headquarters in the center is going to be gone. The most important thing is they're not going to be able to make tanks now for a little while. I like how Nick is using his field gun with that ability there. It's not doing any damage yet, but if you get it at the right angle, that could be wow, that could have been devastating. And now Rangers and my lieutenant. It seems like my opponent has pulled back his line a little bit here. Of course his MG is he's going to pull me towards his MG, and I see that, so I have to fall back a little bit here.
Tank destroyer is ready for
Overall, the battle is turning a little bit in our favor. I have another tank destroyer out. Let's see what my opponent has here. A Panzerwerfer. So 2 Panzer IVs here. He's healing and reinforcing all his troops here. Attack is, so that's very, very good. I wonder how does he have medics? Oh, that's right. The British have the medical supplies, so he's got some good veterans. All his men are now 5-man squads. That cost him some munitions, some fuel to do that, some manpower, but I think it was worth it overall then for him. So 2 Panzer IVs. We are somewhat vulnerable in the center of Panzer IVs. We only have 2 AT guns. But we do have Piets, so that can be used very well. So they're going to go blitz forward onto this point. He's going to move his Panzer IVs in, but he is not going to see the amount of that 1 AT there. I see this. So I see this going down, and I'm gonna send over my tanks ASAP to try to get some shots on this guy here. He's having trouble passing. That one got destroyed. It's gonna block this other tank here. Rear armor exposed, and that's gonna be it. So 2 Panzer IVs down in a blink of an eye. Great shot from Nick there. He needs to get these guys back here though, and reinforce. So I'm gonna have to fall back from the center here. They can do with what they want, that tank there. I have to be ready. Wow. If you didn't have fog of war, what am I doing here? I was actually shooting into this area here, and I said, you know what? It's not worth it. I was hoping to find maybe a tank or something, or Panzer Riffer or something, but it is just not worth the risk there. And my men decide to stop here. Not the best solution. Trying to back them up this way. They're having a little bit of issues. The AT gun now, and I don't understand what this guy was doing there. Like, he was having trouble, and that was just very frustrating. The fact that he kind of got stuck on Nick's AT gun and decided to go forward and back in front of an AT gun and died. So that was not good. However, I still have the machine gun here and more troops in case they do decide to attack. And I can get another Jackson out shortly anyway.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
And it looks like Nick's shock troops and attacks, commandos are. Oh, he has the headquarters right here. Throw a grenade, Nick. You can see it. Oh, that would have been a good spot. That would have been a good thing. Maybe throw a grenade. Maybe we could have wiped out that headquarters there. And ooh, shock troops wiped out. Not good. Nick has his half track up like he likes to fight with. 3 kills and 15. So Nick is getting some good usage out of one of those mortars. Okay, they're taking this point again, so I have my Rangers here. My second machine gun is now out of 50 cal. I'm just gonna make sure they don't capture this and force them back that way. Yeah, these Grenadiers, the MG42s, it's quite a nice upgrade against my units. Now, I did not. Looking back, I should have definitely gone the weapons rack and just given my units some VARs, but my riflemen were not able to stand up really to. I'm gonna start like switching to Rangers and my lieutenant and more infantry that way than my regular riflemen, and I think I knew that, so I didn't want to waste the munitions. Could have also used some of the other things like the smoke barrage and other things to take points. But it is a little bit of a tough fight over here. They now have a command tank. Why did they get this? Both his tanks were already dead, so just a weak Panzer IV without a good gun. I guess it does give units a defensive bonus here. We have Sturmovik coming in here. Or something. Save an infantry support gun back here. See that plane flying over. What if you tilt the camera? I know you can see some of the planes when you tilt your camera. Yeah, so that squad got wiped out. Very, very good. Okay, let's go back up here. Nothing's really happening on my side. That's been killed. I've captured this point, which is just denying our opponents. So my opponent here, Solar, has kind of been pushed back to around here, their field, to defend that. I'm moving up. I see one Panzer IV, and then I see bazookas. Sorry, Panzer Shreks, and I go, nope. So I'm trying to like have my men hold somewhat, but that is a blob, and that is a blob. Like, look at Solar Flare's rank here. You are a max rank. Don't blob up like this. Come on, really? You just wonder. I don't think rank means a whole lot here. I mean, let's look at my rank here. Yeah, I'm level 44 of Prestige 2. There's my forward reinforcement point here. Still holding the center, which is important, so now they're starting to get hurt on victory points. Should have said grab your popcorn. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video. This match isn't over in 10 minutes. Looks like we have the Luftwaffe going to drop some Fallschirmjägers into the victory point here and some smoke to cover his troops.
The capture point is under attack.
But you're going to go right into crossfire machine guns, even when the smoke is stopping this machine gun from engaging at this point. And check it out. Whenever you hear that sound of a Stuka dive bomber coming in, move your tank. I don't care where your tank is, move it. Because look at this. There's where my tank was. Boom. That was a Stuka dive bomb.
Allied AT gun has been destroyed.
I did kill my AT gun crew, but that's okay. The point is the tank isn't dead. Panther's very beat up here, so we have a very strong front right here. And the AT guns are doing some damage, so our opponents need to be a little careful of just moving up with one tank. However, you want to keep your guys alive here. He's even using, wow, he's using the rapid maneuvers. I'm telling you, attack is good. He's using a lot of good supporting stuff here. Let's take a look at his rank. Yeah, max rank. For those of you wondering, Nick is a max rank also. Look at my... Yeah, I'm trying to keep these guys alive here. This is very, very dangerous. He's screened for this Panzerwerfer with all these units right here. Oh my god, where did all these guys' bodies come from? So that's devastating. He lost his forward at headquarters right here. And Nick's gonna retreat. However, having that crocodile out will make it very hard for our opponents to really seize this point here. Definitely the OKW play right here. That's my wreckage of my tank that decided to die. Very dangerous. No AT guns in sight with the Panther right there. Run, Nick. Stuka dive bomber coming down. They're going to back up. He's going to move up with his... Yeah. Between my AT guns and my Jackson, he is not going to do any damage to... Come in with all the armor you want, buddy. We will take it out. I see a Panther right there. Figure I can help out here. Jack's going to clear the building here and aim. One of our shells bounced off, unfortunately, so... We managed to take out that Panther. So Panther and a Panzer IV down. This is great for my tanks here. I did to be careful, though, because it could Faust me and kill me with that. Like they just did there. My infantry's going to start pushing in, trying to cover my guys here. I'm just trying to maneuver and get this guy out of here if I can. He could easily... We've both been Panzer-Fausted here. I'm very close to losing my vehicles if I'm not careful with the AT unit, which is back here. I'm going to keep my guys out of here, though. Both my tanks are going to be okay here. I am watching the health of this building here also. So I'm going to take this back here. I'm sorry this building is gone. It'll make my life a lot easier now. I'm going to hop out and start doing some repairs as my infantry cover. Because they have seized this building, which is unfortunate. See our damaged engineer. We got to get the... got to repair it. I actually watched a tank movie. I think it was April? Yeah, it was April. I watched Fury. Now, I know that came out a while ago. I think it was 2014 or something that came out. But Fury came out, and it was about an Easy 8 unit. Easy 8 tank. And now they tried to defend at Crossroads, and I have to say, it was a pretty good movie. The problem with your machine gun is you can only defend so many ways here. I'm going to throw grenades to try to kill these guys here. We're down to 100 points here. He's going to have to try to get his guys out. Grenade in there. And unfortunately, he's just going to get out of there. But like I said, the machine guns can only suppress in so many different areas. But if we don't take us the center or something, we are screwed here.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
Even my Jackson is killing Bolsheviks. And there's an elephant on the field here. An interesting choice. You don't see elephants too often. I mean, they're really just... It's like a storm tiger, right? No, a Yog tiger. It's kind of like a Yog tiger, but a lot less deadly.
All done over here.
So my tanks are back. I have a Pershing out here, and I'm telling you, if I wanted to rush this, I could easily surround this guy here. And the blob of Grenadiers is back. So I'm going to pull back my units. We're in a good position here. I'm bringing out my ambulance to help reinforce these guys here. I pulled these guys, the MG42 crew, out just because the house is going to fall any second now. So Nick is pushing in. Their center is actually quite vulnerable here. They do have... This is a third headquarters they built. He is... Let me look at this player. How does he have all this fuel here? He must not have built, like, he had one Panther. He must not be building any more tanks or anything. He must be saving up for something. These are not a cheap headquarters to build, these flak ones. I remember when I got access to the closed or open beta for the United States. I think it was closed beta at that point for the United States and the OKW, and I said, this is so incredibly hard to kill, these flaks. And I was right, because they were back then. I don't care, I still hate infantry support guns. It's the one thing I hate in this game the most. Especially when they spam them. I just don't like things that are indirect. Like, I don't mind Nick. Nick likes the indirect kind of. He likes to use the Katyushas and other things, right? But I'm more of a, like, I'm gonna take you down with armor and infantry. These guys should have been dead, actually. They were very close to dying. Yeah, he does not want to mess with that crocodile there. One of my favorite, actually, tanks from the British. So he's... If I'm not careful, he could actually snipe me here if he has line of sight. We are finishing off... Wow, almost finished off his whole little blob there. I can see his guy sitting behind this building here. I tried to throw a grenade over the building, but it didn't work. So we're going to suppress us, but I will be able to get these guys around and force his machine gun back. He didn't do any real damage. He wasn't shooting at all, actually, because he couldn't see my tanks there. Around at 67 points. This is not good. It's in a similar spot here. I'm going to pull back my Pershing and be okay, thankfully. Rockets going in. Thankfully my Pershing got out of there. That would have been pretty devastating to lose that this early on. Oh, I got her built relatively recently, so that'd be very bad to lose it. Pull back my ambulance back to where it should be in safety. And his Panzer IV is just going to move up with no infantry support whatsoever. I'm going to go after him, and there you go. He is gone. Now, we have an elephant somewhere, so I got to be a little careful about that. It is repairing back here. We obviously can't see this with the fog of war. But... Oh, so close to killing that. I don't know why, but my guy must have like misclicked or something, but he just charged right in there. So my other guy was up here. I don't know, that was a misclick. That was a little bit of a mistake there. We are just, like, this forward position that they have here, it's not even worth taking it right now. Look at that, they lost their Red 3 mortar here. The Katyushas are going in. Nick's 120mm mortars. Nick has artillery now. It is absolutely devastating for them. And meanwhile, the infantry try to come across this area, and they're going to get killed by the crocodile.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
So I think we clearly are winning in the center right now. Even though we only have 45 points left. They're just running through the fire here. That is not good with your infantry there, buddy. I think this could actually kill this building here. Yeah. So building dead. I'm charging against the pink player here. Again, his little armies. His little grenadier spam. Okay, 3 units is not a spam. He is a little bit kind of blobbing here, though.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
Another tank destroyer out here. I'm trying to keep my guy on his toes here, and look at that. This elephant is going to die. Or not. My man got killed by a grenade.
Just wasted some of our riflemen.
So he's actually going to fall back with his vet team, but he is going to lose his crocodile here. Yeah, I was trying to send my Persian to help here, and he did some damage. Of course, he got Faust there. I have my AT gun. Look at this building. I don't think I've ever seen this particular wreckage.
Ready for action.
Interesting. Like, I don't remember this building usually class. It's usually a pretty sturdy building. But the artillery Nick has, the mortars. So they have to keep units here to protect their fuel from me. Which is good, because now they're on the defensive on this left side here. And it's all over the middle or nothing. This would be a very good thing to target here. And it looks like attack has gone... It's in this building, I think, right? He's gone with the anvil tactics, which let his men repair faster. I think. It's been a while since I played as the British. I really like the U.S., especially on D-Day here. I have to play as the U.S. Now I gotta play as the British. So yeah, there goes his MG. I flanked it with my lieutenant and his mortar. So their fuel is now going to be gone, and we'll have some more fuel, which is good because they have a very high amount of fuel here. 38 compared to 38 compared to our 29 right now, and we'll be taking this away from them. We don't have any fuel cache. We do have a munitions cache, so when I was floating, I should have probably built a fuel cache down. I'm going to push forward and try to go after this. I see his Panzerwerfer right there, and that would be a great thing to kill. Unfortunately, the Panther's going to get in my way, and my unit's going to focus on him. But I do not like this engagement. I feel like I don't have enough infantry support here. And it is time to fall back. The Luftwaffe is here, and devastating. I think I pulled my tank back into where his thing was coming down there, so it's gonna take me a little while to get another purging out, but overall not a great engagement. Need more infantry support, and they're just kind of unlucky there. But look at that devastation! The Wehrmacht is losing everything over here, including that headquarters that was there. I'm not sure if another elephant was a good idea by Solar Flare. I do have a King Tiger on the field now, which is not good. And his little blob is moving back up again. Now I could have gotten some Shermans, and that would have been very good against his blob. Get a couple of those with the HE rounds there, but I'm gonna be able to deal. You know, Shermans can't do anything really against the King Tiger, so definitely having the tank destroyers are a good thing. So now we're bringing them down a little bit here. Look at that. Oh, by the way, when you're meant to have that extra stuff, they move quite slowly. This is like the British from... This is like the British from COH 1. And that's gonna hurt that tank there. So that's dead now. So he just lost his Panther. That's devastating. The ATs are still going to be kind of maneuvering around here. I had to back up. My tanks are both very damaged. So his engine is damaged. He's in trouble right now. Strafing support coming in. I was going to say he's kind of lucky he's protected by the tree line there. Seems like the RAF has been quite strong. So that wasn't a Stormvic earlier. That was the RAF earlier. Don't get me wrong, they're still shooting at him. They brought an Osman out to be anti. So lost my AT gun. They brought an Osman out to be anti-air. I'm trying to get rid of this unit here so I can get some more Rangers. Maybe they got injured and I'm just gonna throw a grenade and then retreat. Yep, looks like that's what I'm going to do. Or not. Anyway, King Tiger, that's going to be devastating. Going to get those guys out of there. My tanks are back, my tank turrets are back, ready to do some damage to this King Tiger here. He's taking a lot of fire. Like I said, if he's... How did that shot miss? Yeah, the whole side of a tank. And it's a King Tiger, it's not exactly a small tank. So now get another Pershing, that's on the field here. So I feel like we're doing a good job now. We really rebounded. We haven't lost a single victory point since we got down to 45 here. Our opponents are now the ones hurting and getting kind of desperate. They're really not, I don't have anything really defending this side, but we're so heavily entrenched in the center right now. This guy popped out of the house here, this Fallschirmjäger, and almost killed Nick's Katusha here. And his two artillery guns are a little too close to each other in my opinion. I would have put one over here to spread out, because they could do a bombing strike or something that could go along and get both of them. And my tanks are on the flank here, so if he pushes up like this, like it's a little too aggressive, like right now I can run down this flank here. In fact, one of my tanks can already hit him here, and I'm going to now move in. He's going to see this though. He has his own AT, well, his ally's AT unit is there. And look, one hit does so much damage. I mean, it's a King Tiger after all. And our shells are just bouncing off. So I have a machine gun here. It's another 50 cal. I'm trying to make sure I use my manpower. So I do tend to float resources. Stuka is coming down. The question is, where's it going to land? It lands in the middle. Didn't do any real damage to anybody. So my tank force is intact here, still providing a good counter check to this King Tiger from moving up too far forward. But we have a lot of AT around here. We have our own tanks here. We have one AT gun. We have one AT gun. Ooh. I didn't even pay attention to this. Getting that would be very, very good for the Brits. That would make it almost impossible for them to take that center. He built it the wrong way, though. It's going to have to turn. Oh, that's going to be devastating. I want to see this gun fire here. Oh, look at me. So, this is such a jerk thing to do, but I know the pathing is bad on this game, so I just went behind his tank to block it, and so now he's kind of stuck, and he's getting shot at by that AT gun over there, and rear armor, and his King Tiger's now dead, so... Yeah, that was cheap, but it worked. Honestly, people do that. You just block. I mean, just like in real life combat, if you want to block a King Tiger for some reason, I don't know why you would want to get that close to King Tiger, but you can do it. I have my Rangers of 12 kills. Not a ton with them so far, but they can maybe get some more kills here with these units here. We have to stop the victory point bleed. We cannot let them get another victory point to hurt us even more. So we're so low, we don't have a lot to stop us. It seems like they changed this victory point around. It's not exactly a circle. It's like a weird kind of oval. That's a little bit of friendly fire there, but the OSAT needs to be repaired a little bit. It's about half strength. He's bracing the structure. You probably noticed to get it repaired soon. Anyway, the OKW is going to drop units in, and I'm going to move my tanks right over. I'm going to strafe around a little bit and drop some units in. Wow, look at that. Point blank. Just, you can have a bad day. You instantly got, like, blasted. And almost finished off, actually. A matter of healing themselves because they're at 320 kills now. Throwing grenades like crazy here. Whatever they don't see is great for me. I have to be very, very careful. I'm trying to kill this unit here, and I just have to fall back. I'm so close to losing my men. Thankfully, they kind of ran through the trees. But... oh, I just switched out. Whoop! I just switched this over to the new system there. We'll switch back. The new replay system. I like this one better. You guys seem to like it too. So let's see, at this point, yep, everyone's still playing. I'm negative by 40. I lost a lot of infantry. We're starting to set up bunkers here. But this guy is just moving in, flaming everything that moves. And wow, that guy's his mate. That guy is harmless there, so that's gone. I have my 3 tanks over here taking shots. I'm trying to lose anybody. I did lose that, unfortunately. But the center is when my opponent's solar flare decides to quit when he gets all his units flamed here. Wow. He's gonna lose this crocodile here. But lots and lots. Even on its way out, it's going to wipe out a squad, it looks like. Or not. Very close to wiping out another squad. Just kept reinforcing there. And then these guys are getting shredded by the Royal. So we have Nick's Air Force and the Red Air Force and the RAF are both operating the skies here. So yeah, I say good luck to our opponents. One's already quit. More artillery. I mean, this whole area has been absolutely devastated. Between Nick's artillery back here, let's look at the kills here. 16 kills, all infantry, and 16 kills. 2 vehicles and 2 buildings. Nice. So Nick has been the artillery guy here with his Katusha. He doesn't have any armor, keep that in mind. So we are providing the armor, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. And that's the AI just, yeah, getting themselves killed there. I have a second Ranger squad out, which is pretty nice. These guys can do some damage. So the AI started to make stews with the guys' remaining resources, which I think is kind of weird. I hit his rear armor. You think a Pershing would be able to take out a 80 fuel stew, but you might be wrong. So we're both going to focus. Yeah, he's going to do some damage. I'm going to return fire here. This is relatively close. If I get that side armor there, yeah. He fires faster than I do. So like, I'm almost losing my Pershing to a Stug. And I'm gonna back up. I see another student. There's no reason to lose a Pershing to a computer. Yeah, it looks like they managed to wipe out one of Nick's gun's crews here, but... So there are two AIs at this point here. These guys both quit. This guy, let's see, they both quit around 49 minutes, 47 and 49 minutes, so now it's just the purple player left. And he's the one who doesn't seem to have, like, any real... I guess there's a lot of troops back here. But I think at this point we're going to speed up the replay to 2 times speed because there's 2 AIs right now. He's kind of maneuvering with his tank here. Another crocodile out. Oh, yep, there goes his tank. I was kind of surprised he wanted to, like, not waste our time, but he had just 2 allies. His 2 allies are computer players right now, and they kind of seems like they've lost here. And I was gonna tell him it was over. I kind of wanted to play for another 5 minutes when the game was already kind of long as it was. Yeah, this King Tiger not in a good position. Look at that. All these tanks shooting at its rear armor. It's kind of fun to see King Tiger blow up after all. Boom. Goodbye. So here's his last ditch attack over here. Let's see if it amounts to anything. Just a bunch of infantry here, really. Yeah, his crocodile should be able to deal with this whole force here. That is a high priority. I figured you'd rather see this, and the AI is doing a little bit of stuff on my side here, but they're not taking any points. So, yep, his squads are all dying here, getting flamed to death. Yeah, so that guy's dead. I hit a mine here. I know that mine was laid much, much earlier. So yeah, Bazooka squad got killed, or a Panzer Strike squad, as they would say, got killed there. And my Rangers wiping out some mortars and other things, but that is pretty much it at this point. His whole army's been killed here. He literally has, like, he had one engineer from that his whole army is gone. So he just wanted to see them run down on victory. Maybe there's disconnecting. I don't know. Just surrender. So yeah, not too much is happening here. Down to 54 points. I don't want to waste your time or my time here. Now we're equal, 45 and 45. Yeah, and we have... Yeah, killing the AT gun here. So my ally is very happy that we won. He was trying to push to their base there. Anyway, good game to our opponents. It was nice playing against you guys. Here's the kills and deaths here. Attack, nice playing with you too. You probably won't be watching this video, but I definitely enjoyed having you on my team here. You were a good teammate. As of course, always great to play with Nick there. So what won us this battle was being able to really hold on. Everything looked lost. They were down to 45 against 400 victory points, but once I was able to lock down this, thanks in part to Nick's mortar support, so to lock this down, they really were focusing on the middle, but Nick just blew the hell out of them with his, blew them up basically with all his artillery. So that's what won us the game here. Also, the British player was very strong along this area here and had the large AT gun emplacement, and didn't stand a chance. Good game to our opponents. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cut for my 221. Signing off.